How to get better at writing in English? This is a question I got yesterday, and it's an interesting one because writing is the skill that people often need the least. Obviously, the most important ones are listening and speaking for most people, but it's still important if you very important actually if you want to work in English. My writing is pretty good, even if it's not right for me to say so. I think if I can pass a C2 exam in English, including the writing part, I think my writing is pretty good. And this is the advice I can give you to improve your writing. First of all, you should be reading a lot more in English. If you aren't already, you should be reading more. Read a lot of books, read articles, read a lot of content in English. This is really important. I don't think anyone got good at writing without reading a lot. Maybe someone did, but I don't think many people did. So read a lot. You learn a lot from reading how other people write. Then there are specific exercises you can do to improve your writing. Obviously, to improve your writing, you need to write more. And the best way to do this without having a native speaker correct your writing is having a translator, translating software correct your writing. So what I recommend you do is go to DeepL, and you can do two different exercises with this. First one is writing whatever you want to write about in your native language, and then translating it by hand into English, and then translating it with DeepL into English, and then you compare the two translations and you correct your own writing. And there'll be plenty of mistakes there, trust me. The second exercise you can do is switch from translation mode in DeepL to writing mode, I think it's called. And you go to English. I think it's called only English and German. And you write directly in English, and it will give you a better version, not better, a better version of your writing. So if you are writing, whatever you're writing, it will improve it to make it sound better. And I think you can even make it sound formal or informal or whatever. Maybe that's the premium version. But yeah, in any case, it will help you improve your writing. You write in English, directly in English. This is more difficult because you have to write in English. It's more difficult than writing in your language and then translating into English and correcting, looking at the translation. But this will help you learn to write well in English. So maybe start with the translation exercise, and once you can do that relatively well and you're comfortable, start with the directly writing in English and getting a correction as well. So, but basically, do that. You read a lot, and then you write in your language and translate into English and self-correct, and translate in English and use the DeepL feature to correct your mistakes and also to make it sound more native-like. Because even if there aren't that many mistakes, there'll be things that you write that look weird to a native speaker. No native speaker would write like that. And you want to learn as much as possible to write like a native speaker, right? So do that. Read a lot, translate into English and self-correct, and then write in English and use DeepL to correct your writing. And that's it. And keep doing this over and over again. It will take time and some effort, but yeah, you will get much better at it eventually.